the phone to make sure things are going good. These things are still kind of not necessarily new, but doing the YouTube live is definitely new. Make sure things are okay here so I can see the screen. Close that right there. There we go. So hopefully this is recording. Look, is it? Yeah, it sure is. You know, I'll get the swing of this. I need to get a new phone, and I'm looking actually for a camera to do some vlogging. Mike Furch is here, and this, for some of you that know this, I grew up in a place called Keystone in Johnson City, Tennessee. I've written a book a few years ago called The Keystone Kid, and it tells my story. I appreciate the reviews and things that's been said about it. But I grew up in Keystone, and across from Keystone in Johnson City is a fairly good-sized housing project. I'm walking over here now towards the top of the hill here. As I was driving through on a visit home right now, I noticed that there had been some renovations and construction and all kinds of things taking place up from where I used to live. Now, if I look straight down this hill right here, you'll see Keystone. It used to be Keystone Elementary School. They renovated it. Right over here, they've added some things. I think the police station is over here as well. And over through the woods, if you can see through the trees at all, was the recreation center. Steve Spurrier Little League Baseball Park was over there, and a number of other things. There's mountains all around. It's a beautiful area. But if you look, there's Keystone right there. And if I look over in this area right here, you can probably see housing projects there. And those projects literally go from there all the way down over through right there where you can see older housing projects. Now, if I look straight down this hill right here and I see that road, I'll see a couple of houses, I'll see an intersection, and there's an empty lot. That empty lot is where I lived at. There was a house that was there, that's where we lived. And again, I talked about renovations and stuff that's going on. If I look down here, there's a bulldozer working right there. Not a bulldozer, but a backhoe. But I lived right there where there's that empty lot. You see cars going through there. There's a white car that was coming up that parked. And I was not a good kid with the projects over here and projects over there and the school there. We did a lot of things we should have done. We had a bunch of us, this was back before gangs in the way that we know them now, but there were territorial gangs. And we had a group of kids from Keystone that were part of the Keystone, we called them the Keystone Kids is what people called, and Tyler Apartments area had the same type of thing. But this area was all wooded. There had been nothing done here. This is the first time I'm seeing this. I was driving through and I saw this big round building up on top of the hill. I said, what in the world's going on there? And I saw that they had been doing things, so I drove up through here. And there's now a mountain bike park here where they can ride mountain bikes and do various things, which is kind of cool. But they renovated this. It's been renovated, and they've changed this whole mountain. It's amazing. They've put towers there. I'm assuming that's cell phone towers and other things. And then they've got these trails here. And this is kind of cool. Kind of looks like a bicycle station. They have an air pump and other things here for bicycles that are going through. But there's stories in the book about these hills. Coming up and doing drugs, getting high. There was a Daryl and Dinky Sprouse. Probably shouldn't say their name, but I did. But they had lived up here, and there was a suicide and later on a death. And there was a lot of things that took place up here that should not have taken place, but they did. And despite some of those terrible things that we did, there's still good memories of this place. But to see this, which is totally changed, I'm assuming those are the bike trails that they can go through now. But there was a few of us, not many, that we would walk up here, and there were all kinds of things that we were involved in and would do. And most of them illegal. So this is just a picture of some of the area. One of the things I would love to do, again, you can see there's trails everywhere. I'm assuming they're building trails there. There's various types of trails here. Man, if I lived here and was still riding my bike, I've had mountain bikes, I'd be up here in a heartbeat. But there's so many memories. And again, you can see there's Keystone Elementary that I talked about in the book. Again, it's been renovated. And the field's back behind it's been renovated. There's the spot where we lived at. There's the original old we called that the old project, what we called it way back then. It's been so long since I've lived here. There's the baseball field. Used to be a football field where Science Hill played over here, as well as a few other things, but I think it was the Johnson City Cardinals, they've been the Johnson City Yankees, been a number of things as well. So it's a beautiful area. Johnson City is kind of a unique place. A beautiful area with a lot of things going on. And for me, a lot of memories. So that's the virtual pew for today on this live feed. I came home to kind of reflect and get my place where I can contemplate what it is that God wants for me, what He'd have me do. And I always come home and I miss this place. And it's a beautiful area. I want to walk over here so I can see the other side as well. The hills were kind of a separation between one side of the town and the other. Looks like they got benches and everything up here for folks can sit. Again, various trails that people can ride their bikes on. And you can come over here and see that it's a good view as well. Now, what's interesting over here, I think this is called Textile Road. You can look down through here, some cliffs and trails. I'd almost, if my health was at the place at the moment, I would love to get me a mountain bike and ride on some of these right now. But right down over here was a place that, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was a textile plant. And for many, many years when my mother was younger and I was very young, she worked at that textile plant for years. But you can see how Johnson City, and it goes on for miles and miles. This is a part of it up here. But all around these mountain ranges, this is how the homes and stuff are. It's very well populated, but very spread out. It was very rare that we would always come to the top, but there are only a few occasions that we went down through here. Some of you, if you read my book, or they have read the book, you know about my dog General. And General would come up here walking with us all the time. You can see how the hills were. We had to be very careful in those days, and even walking down the hills, because the woods are thick and it's steep in places. So that's it for the day. A huge, huge part of my youth and growing up took place in these hills, and it was nothing like this. Nothing at all like this. So this is Mike Furchess with the Virtual Few. Again, I'd like to ask you, if you would, please comment if you want, but click that share button. And I'd also ask you to subscribe to the channel. A lot of things going on, and lesson today is things change. And sometimes we revisit our past and it's just not the way it was. So anyway, I'll head back to the car. Somebody's come in over here as I step down and hurt my back. Now, you know what, I'll tell you what I wish they had up here? I wish they had a bathroom, but they don't. So anyway, Johnson City, Tennessee. Hope you've enjoyed the video. As I get to the car, I can't see the screen. I have to get to the car so I can turn it off. So I don't know how many of you ever been to the upper East Tennessee, but what's coming to you got Jonesboro and so many other places. Here you go. This has got bike paths and everything here. Tannery Knob, this mountain bike trail system. It's a new thing. It's kind of cool. The hills, right near Keystone. Again, I want to say thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we will get to be a lot more professional. God bless you. Bye.